The San Francisco 49ers have made an internal promotion to this man right here, Josh Williams, according to Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. And this might be a face that we want to get to know because, according to Jeremy Fowler, Josh Williams has all the makings of being a future general manager candidate. And of course, if there's anything that we know about the San Francisco 49ers, it almost feels like a GM factory at this point. That we better pay attention to this guy, and I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown and an introduction to who he is so we can better understand what he's been responsible for and what position he will be moving into. And let's get into it right now. So the 49ers have promoted national scout Josh Williams to their director of scouting and football operations. So this is like the head man in charge in regards to all things scouting for the San Francisco 49ers. And he has absolutely paid his dues. He has been with the San Francisco 49ers for 12 seasons. That's pretty freaking awesome to be with one team, one organization for that long, spanning. I mean, that means he's been here since the Harbaugh era. He's been here for a long time. So that's really, really cool. He's been under multiple regimes, head coaches, etc. Obviously, the scouting department is kind of independent of coaching. However, I still think that's pretty impressive to be able to remain with one team for 12 whole seasons. Josh Williams spent the previous 5 years from 2017 to 2021 as an area scout and the 2016 season as the team's national football scouting representative. Williams spent 3 seasons from 2013 to 2015 as a pro personnel scout and 2 seasons from 2011 and 2012 as an assistant in the 49ers scouting department. So as you can see, he has been with the San Francisco 49ers for quite some time, obviously multiple different roles, and it's really cool to see him rise up the ranks. If there's anything that we've heard about scouting in the NFL is it's a lonely job, it's a hard job, it's very challenging. You start out with really low pay. So for him to kind of stick through it and be able to see everything come to fruition like this, and again, already being discussed as a potential future general manager candidate, that's pretty dang awesome. When you look at his background, he was actually a 4-year wide receiver at Columbia University, and his background is actually quite fascinating. He worked in the financial industry in New York City as a business analyst of investment products at TD Ameritrade. He's originally out of Santa Rosa. He graduated from St. Ignatius College. I think that's what it's called, in San Francisco in 2005. And he earned a bachelor's degree in psychology from Columbia University in 2010. And I think that part right there is what's really intriguing. Psychology. I am a big fan of psychology. You know, I took some psychology courses in college as well, and I really loved everything about it. And I've admittedly used a ton of psychology for my own personal evaluation because, yeah, we want to know how good and how fast and how strong a prospect is, but you got to figure out what makes a player tick. And if you can find that out through psychology and being able to pick up on those cues, you can have a better chance of being able to identify and have success in these types of situations opposed to not. So I think that's fascinating. I think it's fascinating that he has a psychology background. He is a business analyst of sorts in New York. And now this man is headed for potentially being a general manager of a team in the future. This might be the most interesting man in America. I obviously I'm having some fun with this, but I think it's a really fascinating story. I have never heard of Josh Williams up until this point, so this is also my introductory period for him and getting to know him a little bit better. And it's pretty fascinating, man. I actually even asked John Lynch about this topic at the NFL Combine, and this is what he had to say. Hey, John, we've heard from a lot of head coaches and GMs today, and when you look at where they came from, a lot of them have come from your organization. How much pride do you take in being able to turn out future head coaches, future GMs? Obviously, the goal is to win, but how does it feel to be able to see that imprint in the league?
Well, yeah, it is a source of pride. It gets annoying at times, like leave us alone. But you know what? There is a source of pride, and that's part of it. I think that's paying it back to the league. You know, I care greatly about this game, and so you know, identifying good people, having systems in place that train them to get better throughout the process, being demanding on them, but also having fun in doing so, knowing who you are as a football team, all those things I think contribute. We give people opportunities to express their opinions in things like draft meetings, and so I think people come out ready, and people have identified that. Like I did say, it is a challenge to try to survive the constant you know, the brain drain, really. But fortunately, a lot of people want to be with us, and so we've been able to identify good people to bring in their stead. So it's something that you just have to deal with, and we have.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and assume that if this is my first time learning about Josh Williams, this is also going to be your first time hearing about Josh Williams. What did you think about his story, kind of his background, and potentially, of course, what he could do with the San Francisco 49ers? So let me know what you guys thinking in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.